You know, those are very strong words, and I want to take them across to our panel, starting with you, Kamal Farooqi, of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. You all also opposed the deferment, but there is this fear that fringe groups, and they exist both within Hindus and Muslims, will see this, as Harish Salve puts it, as the day in the sun. Is that a fear that is a genuine fear, or do you believe India has now moved beyond these lunatic fringe groups?
Yeah, definitely India has moved beyond this lunatic group, and I totally disagree with what Supan is saying, and I think Supan must understand that that the general mood of the nation is not what he is talking about. The general mood is, let us face the verdict, whatever is the verdict, and then move on. Instead of just delaying the whole thing and putting not only this was not in Supreme Court, it was not the simple Babri Masjid or Ram Janambhoomi case. Now, it was the pride and dignity of the Supreme Court itself. What Harish Salve has said, I totally agree with him. Right. And unfortunately, whatever had happened 2 days before, it would have given us we would have become a laughing stock for the whole world.
No, but laughing stock is own world, but there is, of course, as I keep coming back to it, the apprehension that there are these fringe groups who could create problems. Manish Tiwari?
So where is the
Manish Tiwari today, Manish Tiwari, as Harish Salve says, it's a test for the Indian state. The Indian state will have to ensure the primacy of law and order. The Supreme Court has established the primacy of the law. The state needs to establish the primacy of law and order. Will the state be up to it or not?
Well, I think the state will do whatever it requires to be done to uphold the rule of law, but allow me to point out that it is also the responsibility of all the parties to this list and all those who are interested in it to equally maintain law and order. Let us understand, it is not the courts which went to their house. They came to the courts, and not today, as far back as 1950. And each of the parties to this list has repeatedly and unequivocally stated both before the Lucknow bench in the Supreme Court that mediation is not possible, reconciliation is not possible. So if that is not possible, you'll have to go with the verdict. And if you're not happy with the verdict, this is not the end of the legal process. You still have the appeal avenue open to you. So while it's incumbent upon the state, and obviously the state will measure up to it, it is also incumbent upon each and every person, interested, disinterested, uninterested, or belonging to a fringe or a lunatic group, to ensure, as Harish Salve was rightly pointing out, that we behave in a mature manner.
Zafaryab Jilani, can we be assured that irrespective of what happens on Thursday, that spirit of restraint will be followed by all political parties, by all groups like yourself? Is that a spirit that we can really count on, that the people of India who want peace and calm, irrespective of what happens, can count on?
So we have already made it clear that we have been appealing for the last 1.5 months to the entire Muslim community and also to others. And I am very glad to tell you that this Muslim community has responded very favorably, that they will not in any way celebrate if they are victorious, but because it is not a victory of the Muslims.
Sir, but can you give me a guarantee that this will be all across the country? We are a very, very large country. The fear is, who is to say that in some pocket of the country there will be some fringe group who will not try and call this a victory or a defeat?
You see, this assurance on behalf of the fringe group, I can't give. It is the responsibility of the state to deal with them in accordance with law.
Okay.
What for the state is there? If somebody becomes lunatic, then it is the duty of the state to control them. I am not the state.
Okay,
therefore,
point taken.
You cannot put this responsibility upon.
Point taken. Sopan Dasgupta, yes. Is that an apprehension which is genuine, or do you believe that many of those who were the foot soldiers in the early 90s, late 80s are today marginal figures? Therefore, the fear that has been expressed is really misplaced.